Alright, welcome everybody to episode 6 of 4NZ Gamers. We have here your regular crew, James Jennings.
What's up?
Dave Watson.
Yep.
James Brooks.
Hello.
I'm Phil Brooks. In case you didn't get it from the title, we are a bunch of Kiwis who love gaming.
Brave.
But gaming's not all we love. Obviously we also love movies, comic books, all sorts of other things, pop culture in general, so I'll try to keep us on track. Got a few things here to talk about, but it may not stay gaming centric. It could go anywhere. It's a conversational podcast. We'll see what happens. So let's get started, I guess. First off, how are you guys?
Good.
Yeah.
Good, man.
Right.
Good.
Good on this
Good.
Sunday morning. And what are we playing at the moment? What are you playing?
What am I playing? I went crazy over this this past week. I've been playing. Usually, I only stick to one game. One game, finish that off, move on to the next one. But I've been playing a whole bunch of Star Wars games. Actually, there was with the Star Wars May the 4th. They had a big deal on PlayStation Network, the Xbox, Steam, and they had a whole bunch of Star Wars games that were discounted. So I bought Star Wars Episode 3.
Yeah.
So I started playing that a wee bit. Star Wars Starfighter. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
I'm big into flight sims. It's kind of dated, but it's still cool. Extra levels for Star Wars: The Force Unleashed 2.
Yeah.
And I started playing The Force Unleashed, the first one, again. On top of that, I was also playing State of Decay on Xbox One, and I've also revisited Destiny because of the DLC starting to come out.
Yeah.
So it's quite a lot.
Busy week. Wow.
Yeah, it was heaps. Yeah, I was playing them all different. I didn't complete them at all, but I was just giving them goes, giving them tastes.
Did you go to work
teasers.
this week?
Yeah, no, but they were a lot of fun. They're really cool. With the Star Wars games, they're on PS2, and the graphics don't hold up, but the games still do. And I found that with a lot of the nostalgia and stuff with these games, sometimes they don't live up to their expectation from when you played
When
it.
you go back to it.
But like with Star Wars Episode 3, that the graphics are dated, but it's still a lot of fun, like a very early Star Wars Unleashed. The bugs are all still there, but once you buy into the time period, this is what it is, this is what you get. And it was a lot of fun. Also, I remember buying it on PS2, and it came out a day before the Star Wars Episode 3 movie.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a spoiler for me in terms of the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but they carried on, like the way they killed people or something was different. Spoilers when Anakin kills Count Dooku.
Yeah.
You know, in the movie he beheads him, but in the game he just like outwits him and manages to just stab him, just because Anakin is the better
Swordsman, yeah.
swordsman. So there are bits things like that, but then they carried on fights like with Mace Windu being blown through the window, and he just dies. In the game, he gets blown out the window, and then Anakin chases after them, and there's a whole fight that goes onwards afterwards.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of it's very game.
Yeah, these movie-based games.
Yeah.
It almost feels like we've gone away from those a little
Yeah,
bit.
there hasn't
Yeah.
been many in a long time.
Well, they're still kind of tear. Oh, and there was an alternate ending as well for the game.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, go on, because I'm not
Okay, so you know, there's obviously like you're supposed to be the chosen one. You underestimate my power. So there was like, I got the high ground.
this,
So they got the original ending on the movie, and the same ending happens, but then they have the role reversal. Anakin's got the high ground.
Yeah.
And he kills Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And then goes to Palpatine and kills him and takes like the Empire for himself.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was their alternate ending. It was just really cool to
That's
kind
cool.
of do that
Yeah,
kind of
I
stuff.
remember that. Yeah, that was cool. And it was a 2-player game as well.
It was.
wasn't
They had a 2-player. It was. You
Like
could do the 2-player bits, and they had like if you were 2 Jedi, and you had to go to the next level. So you kill all the guys, and then when you go through the next level, one of them has to like open the door with their lightsaber while the other one protects him.
Oh, yeah.
So that was
we
really
played
cool,
it, didn't we?
yeah.
I
And
think.
you can end up fighting each other at the end.
Yeah. There's
Remember?
once you
I think I do.
the more you completed the campaign, you unlocked different characters, and then it became like a side fighting game. Like Tekken or stuff like that, and they even had you fought the old Obi-Wan, you had the original.
Yeah.
If you strike me down, I'll be more powerful than you could possibly imagine. So they had that.
Yeah.
So it was really cool to play these older Star Wars games. Obviously, with Star Wars, the movie coming out, and new Battlefield and all that stuff, Battlefront.
Yeah.
I've been starting to revisit the Star Wars
get your Star
universe
Wars
and
on.
stuff.
Get in the mood.
Yeah. So
Oh, totally. But for everyone else, they've missed out on these deals now. It's just May 4th.
no, they're still there. Yeah,
Oh,
I actually
it
don't
depends
know
on
if they're still-
It depends on the network.
Yeah.
Steam, it might have been for a week. It could be on now. I haven't checked, but yeah.
Right.
Well, those ones weren't available on the PlayStation Network. I bought mine on the PlayStation, but they didn't have, like, I was really after Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Now, for some reason, it wasn't on our network, but in US it is. I'm not entirely sure, but there was a game, Bounty Hunter, which it followed the story of Jango Fett.
Yeah.
That was a game I missed when
yeah.
it came out.
Yeah,
That was
same.
something I really
Yeah.
wanted to watch, so I wanted to grab
You guys
these.
had that.
I wanted to grab these games that I didn't try. Even though I had Episode 3, that was nostalgia, but I hadn't played Star Wars Starfighter 2.
Yeah.
It's a spaceship set in the Star Wars universe.
It's supposed to be quite good, though, isn't it? In terms
It was
of a
good.
flight sim, it's supposed
Yeah,
to be...
it was good fun. It was cool. Again, the graphics don't hold up as well, but
Yeah, for
it's
its
still,
time.
just because it's like you got the Star Wars music going on and the classic laser.
Yeah, that's all you need, really.
Yeah, so it was really cool. And it was cool to play Star Wars Unleashed again.
Yeah.
And just having that, like, because the way they made the game was kicking ass with the Force, right? So it was just cool to grab guys, impale them with their lightsaber, execute them, and then use the Force to fly,
Yeah,
to
yeah.
fling them away. It was like ultimate combo.
Yeah, I never
It
played
was
Unleashed.
very cool. It was good fun. And then along with that, I was revisiting Destiny because the DLC House of Wolves is coming out soon.
Yeah.
So I decided to play that up again, and I really enjoyed it.
Getting back into
it. I think I've been away from it enough now that it was really cool to come back into it and like hooking up with the old friends, and they were like, "Oh wow, you haven't been on in ages," and
Welcome back, brother.
yeah, it was kind of like that.
We need you.
No. They were ultimate levels though. They were like all maxed out. I was just kind of the little weakling that they were carrying through the levels, but it was still cool. I was getting exotics again and all that stuff, and I was like, oh wow.
Yeah,
So
I'm
it
pretty
still has new
excited
stuff to-
for the new stuff that's coming
Yeah.
out. So I'm going to get back into it. So I'll wait until the DLC comes out, get it, and then I'll get back into Destiny. But it looks pretty good. I was actually reading a thing online the other day. Apparently there are 20 million players playing Destiny. That's quite a lot of people. Considering how much flack the game received for its story and how many people say they're not playing it, blah, blah. 20 million people? It's quite a lot.
Yeah, because how many play Warcraft
Don't know.
at its peak?
World of Warcraft?
Yeah, World of Warcraft, yeah.
10 or 11 million?
Yeah,
Active subscriptions?
yeah, that's a lot.
So 20
a lot of
million?
people,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it goes to show they've clearly done something right, even though they kind of stuffed up in the narrative side of things. Like, Bungie just does one thing really well, and it's first-person shooters. You feel like a god when you play that game. It's so smooth. It's buttery smooth, Like, I love it. I can't wait for Destiny 2, really, because they're just going to improve upon everything.
Yeah.
You get to have that kind of stuff. Sorry, just before we go on there, another thing I was playing was State of Decay.
State of Decay.
So-
Is that any good?
Yeah, it was really good. Now, I didn't know that, excuse my ignorance, but I didn't know that it was a remake. It was an HD remake. Apparently it came out on Xbox 360,
Yep.
and then they remade it for the Xbox One. Now, the game is hella cheap, and here in New Zealand it's only $30, $29. And it's the game itself as well as all of its DLC. Now, it's just a zombie apocalypse kind of game. That seems to be the theme for all these games at the moment. But for a game that came out a couple of years ago, it's a lot of fun. It's really cool. You can you have your bunch of survivors. You can board up windows, create bases, get in cars, move to different towns, cities. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Just a
I've been playing
survival
that.
game.
It's just a survival
Yeah.
game. It does the
I
zombie
kind of went off something again.
zombie apocalypse, it's just the horror survival really well. It's not that scary because you can just bust these zombies with a 2x4, but it's just really cool. Small thing that's like you get into a car, start it up, and then the zombies just turn your way and start chasing, like either chasing the car or coming towards it.
Yeah, the
So
noise,
just the
yeah.
noise and you
all
have
of
to
that stuff.
sneak and
Yeah.
kind of strategize and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So,
good.
So yeah, that was your first question, but those are all the games I've been playing. How about you guys, Ed?
Yeah, right, Dave. What are you
Sorry.
been playing?
Not quite as elaborate as your week, but
It's not usually like that. is
I
it?
don't think the three of us combined will be as elaborate as this week.
I'm sorry.
yeah. Yeah, I've been playing GTA 5. It's been out for a week or two now on PC, so
Yeah.
I've been playing that, online, offline. It's pretty fun.
The heists, have you given those a go?
I haven't actually. You have to be level 12.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right.
Level 12, and I'm like level 8 or something.
Yeah.
I just play it on my spare time. But it's fun, yeah. It's, the typical online experience. You drove past someone, as soon as they see another player, they immediately
Want to kill you?
U-turn and shoot the
Yeah,
shit out of you
yeah.
Try to steal
for
your
no good
car.
reason. I went and bought, my own private cars for my garage, and then they obviously want to try and steal it. It's fucking annoying.
Can't you lock it off though? Like,
You can.
You can go passive mode or something, but I just never get around to it.
I had this dude who stole my motorbike, and I chased him around for ages, and he went to a liquor store and he robbed the liquor store, and while he was in the liquor store I quickly went into passive mode and changed it so he couldn't take my vehicle. You can lock down your vehicle. And then he came back out, it's like, yeah, the sirens are going, the police are coming, he's like trying to get on the bike, and he's like, and I'm just laughing my ass off at this dude, and he stayed there for ages. He couldn't work out why he could not get back on this bike. And then the police came in, boom, and killed him.
oh,
And then I just
shame.
walk up, jump on my bike.
It's kind of like having like a fingerprint identification
Yes.
system. You said, activate.
Activate. That was awesome.
Did you the mods? Have you done any of those for the PC?
That's
GTA?
a pretty touchy subject at the moment
Oh.
because Rockstar is actually banning people
Yeah.
for modding the game.
Just aesthetic.
Yeah,
Really?
Even
Really?
yeah,
I thought it was only the story, not the online.
Nah, online mode and single player.
Oh wow.
Doing stuff like field of view, like increasing the field of view from I think the base is probably 60 degrees to 90 or something, because of the possible, and I'd call it a negligible difference, where you widen your field of view and you can see somebody, maybe a second before they see you or something, as an advantage,
Oh, right.
and you get banned for it. But similar stuff for single player is also getting you banned.
But it's PC though. Like it's like the land of mods that they should be
Yeah.
prepped for that.
They
shouldn't
even said they were open to it, but now they're banning people. So
It's kind of an
That's not
afterthought,
cool.
isn't it?
yeah.
I can see in the sense of multiplayer, like if you're playing against somebody who has an advantage through a mod, and you don't have that mod, you should still be able to play the game the way you want to play it without some dick
Oh yeah.
beating you because he's modded his
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
So I can get that, but single player stuff
Single player,
shouldn't
and
matter.
they even had some really cool mods on, where you can spawn whales in the middle of the street, and riot mode, where you spawn people and they're all in a set to aggro, and they've all got guns, and people just run around shooting everybody, and it's just,
Yeah, that would be fun.
they start looting shops and stealing cars and chaos.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
that sounds cool.
Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun.
yeah,
why wouldn't you want to do
Yeah.
I've been too afraid to touch it because I don't want to get banned.
Yeah, no, you don't.
And how does the banning work? They just lock
Yeah.
you down and
You
you
bought
can't
the game,
well,
though.
the whole the whole thing launches through Social Club, Rockstar Social Club. So I
So
guess
you've got to be always online.
Yeah,
Well-
I think it is actually. Yeah, I've never tried playing offline.
It's interesting, eh?
There's a bit of DRM there. So yeah, I guess your Social Club account gets banned
Wow.
or locked for over long.
Interesting.
Have you looked at the movie theatre mode? I know that the PC came up with like a theatre mode so you could create your own videos.
Yeah.
and-
Oh yeah, that's the Rockstar editor. Yeah, it came
Yeah.
out with the PC launch. I haven't tried it yet,
Yep.
but once I get the freedom to fuck around in the game, I'll film myself jumping trains, and which a lot of people are doing, setting up explosions, and looks like a lot of fun.
I think with it, I saw a video. People were making their own videos with their Rockstar editor, and they did like a shot for shot with the Fast and Furious Paul Walker
They've been
tribute,
remaking stuff,
and it was really good. It was like shot for shot, really well done. I thought it was hilarious. It was really cool. Yeah, it just shows the freedom that you have in the Rockstar editor.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Shit, I don't know if I'm that creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably be pretty boring.
yeah.
But yeah, I've been playing that Space Marine because I'm into the tabletop game. So that came up in a later a sale. It was $8, I think, for the Space Marine game. Did you ever play that on console?
No.
Oh, that's really good. I really
I
really
heard it
enjoying
was
that.
quite good.
Yeah, it is. The single player is cool and the multiplayer is really fun. So I've been playing that, and just the old game on Steam, really.
Nice. What about you, James?
I'm pretty much doing what all you guys are doing. It seems to be playing old games. So I'm like, I just got back into Marvel Heroes again. They just released a whole pile of new content for the Avengers movies. So you got new costumes from the movies. Scarlet Witch has the look of her from the film and stuff. So yeah, just playing that. Shovel Knight is another old game.
Yeah.
I've only just gotten around to playing. I'm playing it on the Wii U. And it's really fun. Like, it's such an awesome game. Just really old school. Like, I thought the graphics at first were going to be a bit jarring, and but it's nice. It's kind of like it's quite a clean kind of color palette. It's quite good.
Yeah, and it's still HD, regardless. Of
Yeah,
whether
it does. It
8-bit
still
or
looks very
16-bit
good.
sort of replica.
I do find the music jarring though. I have to turn the music volume down. I can't have it up too loud. It's that very old school 8-bit beep beep boop,
Oh,
boop,
right, yeah.
you know, and that kind of gets grating after a while.
Yeah.
It is nice, but it doesn't. It's not something you want to listen to over and over.
That's interesting.
But the gameplay itself is really fun. Like you got the shovel and you can upgrade it, and he does magic as well. And there's all this digging and searching for treasure and stuff. So it's pretty cool. And there's lots of bosses to fight, and it's got a kind of a Metroid slight feel to it. Like you are picking up different power ups in each individual level and using those to get through other areas and stuff. So it's and again it was another Kickstarter game. So it's it's got you can see there's a lot of love in there.
Yeah. It's good to see these games getting kickstarted, eh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a lot of people our age who used to play these sorts of games, and they're finally in a position now where they can make these games. And with something like Kickstarter around, also enabling them to make these games, putting them in that position, it's really good to see.
Yeah, and I think the more success stories we have out of Kickstarter, the better it will be, because you'll get more what's the word? Like I guess trust from the people that are backing these things, because you've had a lot of Kickstarters go belly up, and people are just like, oh, okay, and but to be honest, I see Kickstarter as a really good thing for the industry. People can invest their monies into things they believe in. I want this game to be made. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I kind of see it as a little bit of a gamble. Like maybe some things will fall through. Like I've backed games from 2 years ago that are still being made. They haven't come out. They were promised a year ago. They're still coming. They haven't given up on them. And I kind of think, well, they're having trouble, but eventually the game will come out and I'll get to play it. But, if it doesn't, so what?
Has it become too ambitious? Like they get too much money, and then
from my experience, it's developers that were probably when they were last actually working in the industry was maybe 10, 20 years ago, and I think the advances that have happened in that time, they've had to play catch up very quickly, and for them, they've suddenly realised, sheesh, I don't know how to do it. Like a lot of them are using the Unity engine, and they're trying to get their heads around that, and it's actually quite an easy engine to use, but there are limitations to it as well, and I think they're finding that kind of tricky. And of course, with any engine, it's the creativity of the people to make it different from other games that use that engine that make it look distinctively different. So I think it's a good thing. I'm still waiting for my damn games.
When you back the games, do you put money towards them? Is it?
Yeah, you get different pledge levels. So you start off at a very basic, like you could pledge $1 just to support them, and they'll just go thumbs up, thanks for that. If you pledge something like $10, $15 or $20, you might get a copy of the game and a heartfelt thank you as well. And
we didn't mean the other thank you.
You pledge this is the thing. Each level you go up, you get the thing that came before.
Yeah.
And so you go up, you get the game. Oh, now I get a music soundtrack and a art book PDF, and then I might get a personalised Skype call from the developer to say thank you and ask me about something. Some people pay up to like hundreds of dollars to get
like a blowjob from the creator.
not
Comes
quite.
around to your house.
I think they were expecting I'd pay to not have that probably.
Oh, okay.
No, more just like having your likeness in the game, or being able to create a character for the game, be credited as an executive producer, so you get some say in the creative control of it and things like that. But I think it's really awesome. And the other thing I've been playing is on the 3DS. I've been playing Batman, whatever it's called, Arkham.
Origin?
Blackgate. Yeah. So it's same thing, same Batman game we've all played on Xbox and PlayStation, but just on a 3DS.
How does it hold up?
It's good. It actually plays a lot like Shadow Complex if you ever played that game. So
that's selling it. That game was amazing.
it's all kind of like it's a 3D world, but you're playing on a 2D playing.
Oh, yeah.
So when the camera will rotate and you'll go, you'll walk into into an event and you'll go in. Next thing the camera will shift in, you're going sideways, and then you go, and it's a maze of different angles and things, but it's really cool. It's just fun. It's just fun to play it on a different console, to be honest.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm quite different to all of you guys. You guys seem to be bouncing around between games like bloody game whores. I can't do that. I can't focus on more than one thing at a time. Like I'm playing Assassin's Creed Unity at the moment, and I won't play another game until I've beaten it or I'm bored with it, and I put it down and don't touch it again. So yeah, Assassin's Creed Unity. It's fun, just like every other Assassin's Creed game.
Boring.
I have to mention Assassin's Creed because we're sponsored by Ubisoft at the moment.
I didn't realise it. Are we allowed to do that?
Are we allowed to? I don't know if we're allowed to do that. If not, pretend you can't see them.
We'll just blur it out later.
Yeah, we'll blur it out. It's fun. They've got some really good game mechanics in there that they've introduced with the parkour and stuff. Being able to parkour down, parkour
free
up
running,
and stuff. The free running, yeah. But it's the same old stuff. I love being in France, and I love the one-to-one scale of like Notre Dame and stuff like that. It's beautiful, and you can tell being a French company that they've really there's a lot of love gone into the creation of some of the assets in that game. So
except for the accents.
Except for the accents, like the dude's got an English accent. He's French. Everyone's got an English accent. It seems.
I think they had a reason for that. Yeah. I think the Animus translate.
It's within the Animus. Yeah, it's to do with that. You're supposed to be sitting in your Animus playing it, and it's all been sort of configured for you and your experience. So I'm an English-speaking person. I guess I get an English sounding person. Cool.
Hey, just before we carry on though, we're all playing old games.
Yeah.
Or revisiting games.
Yeah.
Why?
Just waiting for new stuff.
Is there nothing new out there?
For good new stuff.
Nothing good out there?
Yeah.
Or just catching up on a backlog of things I haven't played for a while.
There's so many games that you just end up with a back catalogue, and like I'm bouncing back trying to finish games in this lull. There is a bit of a lull at the moment. I mean, I can't even think whatever the last big thing was that got released.
Pass.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah, true.
So there's a few things coming, obviously, and we're actually going to get into those. But I guess that's what we're waiting for.